Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Araceli and I create all types of videos. I do thrifted fashion, which is really my jam, so I love to create videos with secondhand fashion, as well as like everything else girly, makeup, skincare. So give you guys a little bit of kind of behind the scenes of my business. I do own a store. If you want to check that out, I will leave the website down below as well as right here so you guys can check it out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the makeup. So I figured today I would share with you guys my everyday makeup routine. We'll go ahead and get started. My green lips are always dry, like it never fails. The dry stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I will put my hair back, and I'm actually taking advantage that I'm gonna do my makeup because I have somewhere to actually go to today. So my face is already moisturized and everything. So I used this Wander Beauty Illuminating face oil, and I just went ahead and added that all over my face. And I took this with me because I wanted to be glowy and just look like I actually had some sleep, even though I probably didn't. So I am just using this old e.l.f. I believe it's like an old e.l.f. kabuki brush, and I've had this for years and it only cost me like $3, so such a good investment. So I will go ahead and put that all over. And I use this face oil. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I use this face oil because the foundation that I will be using is kind of like a semi-matte, if not like a satin finish, and I really wanted to have a little bit more of a dewy look. So the foundation that I'm using is this very fancy Dior Backstage foundation in 1W, and I actually bought this off of Poshmark, which is such a good place to get high-end makeup, because you'd be actually really surprised on how many products are new in the box, new with tags, have never been used with, you know, people that have just like are trying to declutter their makeup collection or just didn't like a certain product after all. And there's just so many good awesome deals on there. Like I even have some palettes that I'm selling and they haven't been used at all. So I highly recommend, if you guys want like high-end beauty products, to check out Poshmark, because there are some really great deals out there. So I will just go ahead and put a few dots of this foundation, and it's kind of light, but that's nothing some bronzer won't fix. And actually when I blend it all into my face, it actually doesn't look too bad. I actually really enjoy the finish of this foundation. It has a slight smell to it, but nothing too overpowering. I really like the finish because it's very natural. Like it looks like I have just, like you can obviously see my skin. I've been using this brow product, and it's actually a brand called $1 Billion Brow, and it's this really cool brow product. I don't know if it has these little points at the end, and it actually has like a liquid that comes out, and it's the perfect color. And I actually really like it because it has really good staying power just on its own without anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush up my eyebrows because they're slightly unruly, which I actually like that. I don't really mind too much. So we're just gonna go ahead and fill in the eyebrows in places where it's really sparse. And I liked taking this eyebrow product because, again, I didn't have a lot of space to take all these products, so I needed products that would do their job and maybe replace one or two products that I would normally have here at home. So this definitely did the job, and I really liked it. And normally when I was doing this look, I didn't take as long, but since I'm here chatting with you guys, it's taking me a tad longer. I'm gonna do my soap brow, which I use this Smashbox primer water, and I take my super fancy Pears soap and I just spray a little bit of it, and I get my eyebrow brush and I just swirl it in there to get it wet, and then I brush it up in my eyebrows, and it just gives us like a feathery look to the eyebrows, which I really like, and eventually that'll set. Okay, so the brows are done. Oh, I need to put concealer on. So I took with me this Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer. There we go. And this concealer is actually really, really good. I actually like it a little bit more than my Shape Tape. Ugh, I know, I don't know that I would have ever said that, but here I am replacing the Shape Tape with this concealer. So I am just gonna dab that under my eyes and any other areas that I feel like need some covering up. So a lot of my hyperpigmentation is along my cheeks, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that there. My skin has actually been improving so much, which I'm really glad. I've had the longest journey with my skin. It's actually on the up and up now. Took this Maybelline Fit Me Powder. It's so good. It replaced my NYX No Filter powder. I wanted to try something else, so I'm here trying this, and I actually really do enjoy it. So I will go ahead, and my trick is to, so you don't have a very powdered, like all over the face look, I just end up powdering the places where I will be bronzing and contouring. So just along the cheeks and a little bit on the forehead, just so that I don't take away that dewiness that I put in with the oil. So, and I just pounce that along on my chin so I don't transfer makeup. Okay, and this brush, I actually really enjoy these brushes. These are the Moda Rose Gold brushes that I received in a Boxycharm, and oh my gosh, I'm so in love with Boxycharm. It's one of my favorite things ever. If you guys already don't have a Boxycharm subscription, you guys need to get it. It's so good. I've gotten this, I've gotten this, and the brushes. I've even gotten this Becca, what is it? Powder, and these are full-size products, so it's such a great deal for like 25 bucks a month. So good, highly recommend. And do my eyes, and what I did was just use my bronzer, which is this e.l.f. bronzer in golden, and it costs like $3 or $6, I'm not quite sure, but I just mix it in these two darker colors, and sometimes I just go in the middle, just depending on how I feel. So I will go ahead and just put this on my eyelid. And this just gives it a nice, pretty, like, bronzy sheen of a color on the eyelids, just to have something there. Just for kind of, so your eye doesn't look too blank. Because we're gonna go ahead and enhance the eyes a little bit more with some brown eyeliner, just smudgy brown eyeliner. Super easy. And this brush was, again, another Moda crease brush, which I also got in Boxycharm. Basically half of my makeup collection. I originally got it because I had a big beauty product addiction. I love getting beauty products, and it was just kind of eating into my budget. So I figured this was a really good alternative, so that I get every month I get something new and I get to play around and have different products. So I am gonna just use a regular brown eyeliner. This is by Jonte Blue, and I will go ahead and line my waterline, not my waterline, this part right here. Let's see if I can do this. And this doesn't have to be precise whatsoever, because we're gonna end up smudging this up. So that's actually perfect right there. Great. So we're just gonna take this eyeliner brush, smack. I feel like an old school beauty blogger doing this. It's so cool. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna like get close. See if I can get close. This is awkward. And you're just gonna like smudge this back and forth until it gives you like the faintest. And I didn't add any eyeshadow to this brush. We're just using the product that we put on with the eyeliner. So pretty. Okay, so now we're just gonna do now. We're gonna go ahead and bronze with this bronzer from e.l.f. and I'm using this brush, which I have no idea who it's from. But what I do is I usually just pinch the brush like this and I go into the darkest parts of the bronzer first. And so we'll go ahead and do that. And go ahead and bronze up the face. And I really like this bronzer because if you don't want to highlight, it actually does have shimmer, so that might be something that you don't like about this if you're not into shimmery bronzers, but I do because it adds like another layer of light hitting your skin and just like shimmery goodness, which I really like. That's what I meant, that with even if you have a light foundation, you can go ahead and jazz it up with a really great bronzer. And this is actually really good bronzer. For how much it is, so I didn't do blush, and my blush broke. This is a Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in Party. Pretty blush color, and I was actually surprised because I'm not a huge blush person to begin with, but I took it with me and I ended up using it every day, so that was good. It gave me this like pretty wintry blush look, which I really liked. So I started incorporating it into kind of my everyday makeup. I go ahead and apply some mascara, and we're just about done here. So I am going to be using the Wander Beauty Unleashed, and I really like this mascara. It gives me, like what it says, volume and curl, go ahead and do the other one. Okay, so I went ahead and added the mascara on the other eye, and I mean, just like, look at these eyelashes. Hello. And I'm gonna be using this Essence, let's see, Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and this is actually a really, really pretty highlighter. And I got this at Ulta for like $3 or $4, not even that much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. And this is a Luxie Dual Fiber Powder Brush, and I will just put this along my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, forehead, and chin. These were all the places where you would get light. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. Blotted lip color in Zuma. It's so pretty. So this just gives the effect of like you put on lipstick and you kind of blotted it with a napkin. It's so pretty. And I'm just gonna go in there. And it's just a really pretty simple lip, nothing too crazy. And you can go ahead and, depending on how strong you want it, you can go ahead and dab it with your finger. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup routine. It's super simple and you can finish it under 10 minutes, just quickly to get out the door, go to work. It turns out really pretty. You look super fresh. And that's it. So pretty.